Chopin used to break down technical challenges on the piano into three categories. 1. Playing neighbor notes, like scales and trills. 2. Playing notes that are farther apart within an octave, like arpeggios. And 3. Double notes and chords. In this video, we're going to focus on improving that second category, arpeggios. When we play scales, the main challenge is clearly the thumb under or finger over motion, which requires both flexibility and agility. But when it comes to arpeggios, that same challenge becomes even greater, because not only we need to move our fingers in that way, but we also have to cover much wider distances between the notes. So the first thing we should practice is simply the flexibility of the thumb, our first finger. It's a short finger and it needs to stretch to reach the next notes. So here's the exercise. You put your second finger here on a D, let's say, and then you're going to play with your thumb here C, and then you pass it under and you play it and you play the E. But don't try to move too much your wrist or your hand. Try to keep it steady, stable. So you're going to do this for a while, you know? It's like your thumb is drawing a semicircle under your index finger, the second finger. Okay, now we're going to play one note apart. So I'm playing B and F, passing under it, trying to keep my hand steady. So I go further one note. Now A and G. It's getting very hard already, and it's okay if I move just a little bit my wrist, so I just bring my thumb, my first finger, to the G. Now let's try G and A. Ooh, this is really extreme, but try to go as far as that. So you do a little bit, a few times, let's say 10 times, and then you come back. Coming back, and now C and E again. Okay, now I do the same thing with my third finger here on the D, passing the thumb. Now I'm going to go straight here, just for the sake of the video, not to be too big, too long. Okay, now I can go. Here it's already very hard, but I can make it, but it's okay if you cannot. Now with the fourth finger, same thing. Now it's going to be hard. B and F. Let's see if I can go one more. A and G, that's the maximum. I cannot go further than that. And it's already stretching a lot, the thumb. Now with the fifth, let's try the first. It's already hard, it's okay. B and F, it's the maximum. I cannot go more than this, and it's okay. I do 10 times, try not to get too tired and try not to injure yourself. Pay it close attention to see, to differentiate being tired of being hurt. You cannot hurt yourself, okay? So now you do the same thing with the left hand. That's the best exercise for stretching. If you've heard other people talking about arpeggios, you might have come across a debate about whether this thumb passage is even necessary. After all, it's a tricky movement that could slow us down. A more modern technical approach suggests a simpler alternative, shifting the entire hand quickly and discreetly to create continuity, without relying on finger passing. While playing a scale, this would look something like this. I'm not really passing. I'm just putting, my hand was here and now it's here. And now it's here. So in an arpeggio, it's going to look the same. You see, I'm not really passing my thumb here. I'm just changing positions. There's some truth to that. When you have to play a very fast arpeggio, especially in those cases, there just isn't enough time for the fingers to go under or over and fully connect every note. So in those situations, when it's really fast, what you really need to practice is shifting your hand position as a whole. In order to practice this, you have to practice the jump. You have to prepare the jump. That's what I call to prepare the jump. So if you're playing here and you want to go here, it doesn't count too much if you just try to play this E really fast. What it's going to count now, it's to have it ready with your thumb right on top of it before you actually need to play it, like a fraction of a second before. Something like this. So just prepare the jump, meaning you play this and now I just skip really fast. I have to be here. Yeah. And the other fingers too. Just the preparation. Now I can prepare and play. See, now my third. And now I can play a little bit more on tempo, but you see, you have to practice just the skip. That's the secret. Now, if the passage isn't that fast, if we're not dealing here with extreme speed and the composer asks for a legato connection between notes, then yes, you'll need to actually pass your fingers properly. But there's one more really interesting point that helps clarify all of this. Even if the passage is fast and you don't technically have time to connect all the notes, training your thumb to pass more fluidly actually makes the arpeggio sound smoother and feel easier. It's as if the thumb takes part in the movement your hand is already making. Everything becomes more natural and efficient. That's why practicing thumb flexibility helps anyway, whether you're playing slow or fast arpeggios. Another thing that will really help your arpeggios, regardless of tempo, is activating each finger while keeping your hand relaxed. So to do that, think of the arpeggio like a wide step scale. You support yourself on one finger at a time while letting the rest of your hand relax as that finger plays. So here you're going to play one note and then your hand is kind of closed, and then you play the second one and you relax the whole thing and kind of close your hand too. Third note, your hand is closed again, and then you stretch to connect the note and it's closed again slowly, and you are just like really just here holding the note that it's playing, that the note that it's sounding, and the rest is all relaxed and the fingers are close to each other, not stretching at all, very relaxed. So you imagine that this is like a scale that you're going down with your hand as close as possible, just letting yourself rest on the finger, kind of leave your weight, just put your whole weight on the finger that it's actually playing. The goal isn't to keep your hand in a fixed shape, but to keep it slightly closed and relaxed as you play, always searching for ease while each finger does its job. But just so you know, when arpeggios get really fast, we often end up holding the hand in a more, let's say, ready shape to grab several notes. That's totally normal, that's how we should do it. But studying this more relaxed approach trains your hand to instinctively loosen up between notes, even just a little, which makes a huge difference when playing arpeggios. And one last tip I want to give you here in this video. Your thumb is responsible for almost all the physical tension when playing arpeggios. When you practice, really exaggerate the articulation of the other fingers to activate them, but keep the thumb relaxed, soft even. Let it drop naturally, as if opening your hand to play, and avoid lifting it too much. Your thumb is going to move like it's just opening your hand, just like this. And the other fingers are actually the ones who are going to articulate and go for the notes. The thumb, just open the hand, very relaxed. And the other ones play. And the thumb just release itself. The movement is going to be more like this for the thumb. And the other ones, no, you really... See? Pay attention to that, not just for the sound, but also to help prevent injuries. And actually, on the topic of tension, I've recorded a separate video all about how to deal with that problem at the piano. I'll leave a link to it here on the screen and in the description below. Watch it and let me know in the comments what you think about all this. Don't forget to like the video and hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.